And good morning and welcome to the morning show just after Christmas. I hope you are as refreshed as we are. My name's Marshall Shore.
And I'm Melissa Farley. We are back at the Arizona Center. I've had so many leftovers. I had such a great holiday. How about you, Marshall?
So many cookies.
So many cookies. Did you bake? Did you bake the cookies?
I ate the cookies.
You ate the cookies. Okay.
Exactly. I was like, so many cookies,
also
so little.
an important role.
So
yes.
little time.
That's true. I know.
Someone had to.
I usually deliver plates, but only a special few got cookies.
Oh, I was going to say, I was like, I didn't get a plate.
Oh, well. That's because I see you every day. This is in substitution of my time and affection. You can have a cookie.
Enabler.
It's probably better. A cookie's probably better. I don't want you. I want the cookie plate.
Exactly.
Is that what you're thinking inside?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we are so happy to be back and settling in, getting ready for the new year. Are you a New Year's resolution person, Marshall?
No. No, I'm not, because it's like, I already know no matter what I say, I'm going to break it, so.
Why try? Why bother improving?
Exactly. I already know the outcome, so I'm like, I'm just going to do things, and there you go.
And just try to enjoy life.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I haven't really done resolutions, I don't feel like, for a while. But what I do, I journal. I really kind of look back on my previous year and think about like what went well, what didn't go well, what I learned, what I was dumb about, like all that stuff. And I have kind of a good reflection process. And then I pick a word for the year. So 2024 was actually my year of failure, which I think sounds weird to a lot of people, but I chose failure because a lot of people are afraid to fail, which holds them back from experiencing things, from having new levels of success. And so I gave myself permission to fail as much as possible and try to get more comfortable with that whole process. So that was my 2024. And then in 2025, my word is play. I would like to be more playful. I tend to be very serious. I know you can't tell from this show, but I'm a very serious person, and things oftentimes feel really fatal to me. Like if something goes wrong, that's it. I'm done. I'm done for it. So I'm trying to introduce this element of play and just kind of letting things be a little lighter, a little more fun. So that's what I do.
Nice. I mean, I guess, I definitely do take a look back and just kind of reassess in terms of what's going on.
Yeah.
But still always keeping, with just my kind of my umbrella of Arizona history, making sure that whatever I'm doing still fits under that.
Yeah.
And, and I would say kind of my mantra is play, is how do I make whatever I'm doing fun?
Yeah, I could see that for you.
It's just kind of like, and it's like, so it's trying to even like with difficult topics, how do you make them fun?
Yeah.
How do you bring an element of joy into that?
Totally. Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably why I like being around you.
Indeed, we're always having fun, doing good stuff.
I know.
Yeah.
So one of the fun things that I'm doing now, I usually buy like already designed cups, big cups, because I have a kidney disease. I take medication that makes me drink a lot of water, and so I bought a plain cup for the first time ever, and I'm starting to put stickers on it. So if you're a guest coming on the show and you have stickers,
what about a co-host?
I know. I have your face on my cabinet at home.
but not on your.
Actually, I was going to text you and say if you had any more face stickers to bring one.
I do.
But no, so I'm actually have a couple of these. So if you have stickers and you're coming on, please bring stickers, because I would love to start putting your stickers on my cups. I thought that would be fun.
Indeed, I should be doing the same thing, because I tend to have plain cups and.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know how I don't know how they hold up. Like I do hand wash these, but I still imagine getting.
Well, if they're paper, they don't last well, but a lot of them are plastic. So those are somewhat waterproof.
We will see. All right, Marshall. So we just did a whole slew of holiday celebrating, but do we have something non-holiday to celebrate today? To carry us through, get us out of the blues?
Some of that celebration stuff continues.
Okay, what do we got?
I mean, so today is the start of Kwanzaa.
It is.
It is, and so it's the African American or Pan-African Day, and it is 7 days of a holiday celebration that really is all about community and family, is what it brings together. And then kind of tying in with what we've all just gone through, it is National Candy Cane Day, because the day after, what are you going to do with them all?
Throw them away.
Or you going, I mean, so, it's like that classic red and white striped
So
candy
what does that
cane.
mean? Are you supposed to eat them all today? Like just all day long be eating candy canes?
Well, or make hot cocoa and submerge them.
Okay.
So there's all different ways you can do them.
A little minty cocoa?
So, I mean, that famous kind of classic red and white has been around since the early 1900s. They were all handmade at that point.
That's cool, yeah.
And then in the early 1920s, that's when they decided there was a machine that was created that's like, hey, we can make these by...
Yeah.
And so they became so popular that people were decorating with trees.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's
so you
true.
would put the little
I've seen
candy
that.
cane on
Yeah.
your tree.
Yeah.
Now, peppermint is probably the most popular, but there's a whole slew of different flavors you can get candy canes in nowadays. So...
Okay, so if you've got candy canes, today is the day to bust them out, make some
Exactly.
peppermint cocoa, decorate everything with a candy cane,
Exactly.
poke your friends with a candy cane,
Maybe your neighbor's car. You can hang them on the door handles.
do a battle.
Right, exactly.
There's all sorts of uses.
You mean
for
a
candy
melee?
canes. Yes, we learned that. A melee of candy canes.
And so candy canes are only most of them are like about 5 inches tall. The Guinness Book of World Records has the largest candy cane at 51 feet.
Oh my God.
That's huge.
Where? Does it still exist? Is it?
I don't know if it still exists. It was probably too tall to put anywhere. So
I just picture it like outside in the elements with all these like mosquitoes stuck to this 51-foot
a
tall.
little kid with a tongue fucked
Yeah.
in the middle of winter. And so it's like mosquitoes and kids
How
just
weird.
stuck to your
Thinking
candy
about
cane.
that being your life goal, creating the biggest candy cane. Go for it, I say. If it brings you joy.
Exactly.
having
If
fun.
that's your goal, then go for it,
Go
because
for
that's
it.
what we're all here for.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I am here to meet some cool people.
and I hear we have some cool people
we have
coming
some
up.
cool people. Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we've got some great
cool
guests
people.
coming on.
So we're going to take a really quick break and be back after this with our first guest. We're, I think, going to learn something new again.
Oh.
Don't worry,
Yay!
it's not dance.
No,
It's
as
not
long as it's
You're
not
okay.
dance, I'm good.
You're good.
'Cause- Yeah. And welcome back to the morning show. I'm Marshall Shore.
And I'm Melissa Farley. We're here at the fabulous Arizona Center.
Indeed.
Yes, we are. And we are also here with a fabulous guest. We have Mr. Scott Evans here
And
today.
I'm so excited because look at what's on the table.
I know.
Yes.
It's
We've
definitely
been teased with what it is.
But
They
with
told me it
promise-
was show and tell.
yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I see that you have the name of what you do on your shirt.
I am a walking billboard.
That's
I couldn't
good.
resist.
Good marketing. Good
Thank
marketing.
you,
Yeah.
thank you.
So before we dive into this fabulous thing, what is Soul Song Healing Vibration?
I am a certified sound healing practitioner. So if anyone's familiar with crystal bowls and chimes, basically it's a holistic alternative way for people to gain healing, people with PTSD, trauma, anything like that. So I made my debut on Halloween night of 2020. Quite a way to break in.
Yeah.
And it's been quite a ride since then, but it's great just being out there, educating people about vibrational sound therapy and just helping people.
So how does sound heal? Like what exactly is happening there?
Great question. So, it's sound healing, it kind of gets lumped in with New Age at times. But what I try to educate people on, it's not new at all. You could really go back to Egyptian times. The Egyptians were using sound, and I think it actually goes back before then. More recently, you have Nikola Tesla and Einstein who told us everything is energy. everything in the universe holds a certain vibrational frequency. So I named my business Soul Song because we all have our own energy signature, or as I like to call it, soul song. The sound frequencies, your body basically takes them in and it knows what to do. So I tell my attendees, don't think about anything, be in your heart and just receive. And when you receive the sound frequencies, it resets your blueprint and takes you back to your original energy signature or soul song.
That's really cool. Yeah.
Wow.
Have you done a sound healing before, Marshall?
I have.
Yeah, I have
It
too.
was a group
Yeah.
session
Yes.
where it's like there were a variety of gongs that went off. So
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so that brings us then, I hope, to this thing.
And what about you? Have you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I've done it
Okay.
multiple times.
Ah, okay.
Very nice.
And I actually, there was a point in my life where I wanted to at least do it once a month because I felt so moved, like my energy just felt cleared when I was
Yes.
able to do it. But it was hard finding a place because the place I was going was like, you didn't book a spot in advance, you just showed up, and
Sure.
sometimes it would be full when you got there. So I was like, well.
We'll get you in with me, and we can get to that in a minute. I've got horses as well, so I've got a whole
That's right, you
healing
have
environment.
an equine element. Yeah, do you
Yes.
want to talk about that a little
Yeah,
bit?
why don't we do that?
Yeah.
So in 2021, I had my prior place where I was doing sound healing. That came to an end after 8 months. And I was kind of at a place where it was like, well, what do I do now? And I thought, let's just go big or go home.
Yeah.
And I had that in the back of my mind for a long time. How can I combine my love of animals with my love of sound? And I reached out to someone, my friend Sarah Williamson with Loving Connections out in Cave Creek.
Yeah.
They have a nonprofit for where they use equine horses and help people with PTSD and things like that. I called her up and I said, I got a crazy idea. Why don't we do sound baths with horses? And she said, well, I've actually been looking for someone, but I was too lazy to go out and find them. And here you are, you're my guy.
That's
I said, yes,
perfect.
I'm your guy.
Serendipitous. That's awesome.
It was. So I did that out in Cave Creek for about a year, and then eventually Sarah ended up moving, and I was without a home.
Yeah.
And I just kind of put out my bat signal to the universe. I had a story out on Facebook that I was looking for a new home, and my friend Becca, who volunteers at Equine Connections in Gilbert, which is owned by Virginia McCartney, she said, I found your new home. Let's do this.
Wow.
So now I do sound bath meditations with horses out in Gilbert at Equine Connections, where my friend Becca does the meditation,
Okay.
and then I come in and do the sound, and then we have the horses as well, and it's a whole big healing environment. It's amazing.
So I'm having a hard time so like, are the
Yeah.
horses just around?
They
or?
are.
Okay.
In fact, I'm glad you mentioned that, because my first event that I did with Becca, some people sort of keep the horses, they lead them around and they've got them, whereas Becca said, no, the horses are just going to roam free.
Okay.
And I said, that's amazing.
Yeah.
See, because the horses, they're more intuitive than us when it comes to energy. They know exactly what to do. So sometimes they'll come up and just stand next to the attendees if they feel that you've got something going on this month and you really need some assistance. Or they'll stand back and just hold space. They are very intuitive that way.
That's really cool. Totally not the same thing, but I was on Instagram the other day and there was a musician that was like, I wanted to combine my love of music with animals, so he started reaching out to rescue centers and wildlife animal centers and playing his music for the animals, and they would, all of them, even these
they
wild
love it.
animals that the trainers and everybody were like, it's not going to come out, it's not going to come to you, would come right up to him, and it was so cool to see. It was one of my favorite videos. But
Absolutely.
anyway, yeah, I would love to. It's funny you bring this up because my friend just sent me an invite on Facebook to try an equine sound bath, and I wonder if it's yours.
I hope it's mine.
I feel like it's probably yours.
I hope it's mine.
Because she lives in Gilbert, so that would make
that would make
sense.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. It's settled.
Yeah.
You're going to come.
Okay. It's happening. Yeah, no, that's really cool. So you said you have a love of horses. Tell me about, how does that immediately go from, I do music, I also want to do music with horses? How did you decide to make that jump?
I grew up with animals.
Yeah.
We had 17 cats and 20 dogs. My dad was a hunter. We had hunting dogs, and every time you would lay down and take a nap, you've got a cat on your head, at your feet. Just grew up with animals. And then I dated a girl in high school that owned a horse, and just always loved animals. And
Yeah.
I just became aware that how advanced the animals really are. Because we like to think, well, we've got this technology, we're the advanced ones, us
Right.
human beings. Really, the animals are more advanced than we are. They are very plugged in. They don't need a smartphone. They just are plugged into the consciousness, and they read energy. And once I figured that out, I said, well, I know, and the horses, by the way, they are really the main sort of heavyweights. They are the real energy transmuters of the animal kingdom.
Okay.
And once I came into awareness of that, I said, I know who I want to team up with.
Yeah.
They're doing the heavy lifting. I'm just showing up with a few sound instruments, but they're really moving the sound. And whenever you hear a horse sort of make that sound, that means they're clearing and transmuting energy. They're moving energy either through themselves or the people around them. And once I figured that out, I said, that's who I'm teaming up with.
Yeah. Oh, I love
Very
that.
cool.
That is very cool. Can
So
we
is
talk
it,
about-
is it show and tell time? Is it show
I
and
know,
tell
I
time?
was like,
It's
can we
oh,
talk
oh,
about
think it's
the
show
whole-
and tell time.
Okay. I don't know if you can tell on camera just like how beautiful this is, but like
Yeah.
it's stunning. Like just visually, it's stunning. Yeah, please tell us.
I'm so excited. I have not played this in an event yet. This just got shipped to me from Nepal. It is handcrafted out of bronze metal. So we've all seen the reels on Instagram and Facebook of the sound healers, right, playing the two bowls at once.
Yes.
Looks pretty cool. So what I want to get across is, though, when you're playing two notes at the same time, you really need to be aware of the notes that you're combining. Are they healing? Do they sound good? Or are they dissonant? You could really throw someone's nervous system out of whack unless you really know the notes that you're combining. What makes this special is this combines the C and the G notes together. It's known by a lot of musicians as the perfect fifth interval, meaning that these two notes, the C and the G, go together perfectly. It sounds good and it feels good. And I'm going to start using this at the end of my events because it's made out of metal. It's very grounding. So once I play the crystal bowls, I can use this to bring people back down. So,
Yeah. Okay.
so shall we?
Yeah.
So shall we do it? All right. How do those two notes together sound to you?
It's beautiful. Like my
Yeah,
heart,
no,
my heart is
exa-
smiling.
right,
I don't
exactly.
know how else to say it.
And you can just see those two notes, they just go together. Feels
Yeah.
good, sounds
Right. I
good.
mean, they're almost
feel
like
good.
it's like I'm feeling this like almost cyclical of where they're just spinning off of each other.
It is grounding, though. You're right. That's
Yeah.
a very grounding.
So when you come to my event,
Yeah.
now you know what I'll do at the end to ground you back down.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Well. So Scott, how do people come to one of your events or learn more about you?
Yes. A walking billboard, Soul Song Healing Vibrations. I know it's a mouthful, but if you just search for that on Instagram or Facebook, you'll find me. And I'm doing an event monthly at Equine Connections in Gilbert. And I have to mention this because I'm so excited. I've got a couple things in the works. For all you people in the West Valley, I've got something coming, I hope, in Peoria, Glendale, as well as Sedona. I am working on a sound bath with horses event. So come find me on social media. No matter where you live, I've got an event.
I love it. Okay.
And what is your tag on social media? So we can find you on Instagram.
Yes, Soul Song Healing Vibrations.
All right.
Well, thank you so much, Scott.
you.
This
Thank you
was
so much.
beautiful.
Yeah.
I look forward to doing a sound healing with you. Please definitely check out his website and attend one of these, especially if you haven't before. I think you'll be really blown away by what you'll experience. We are going to take another break, and we'll be right back. We have another guest for you. We've got things to do.
More cool stuff
More
coming
cool
up. Some
stuff.
history, all kinds of good stuff.
Yeah.
And welcome back to the Fabulous Morning Show. I'm Marshall Shore.
And I'm Melissa Farley at the fabulous Arizona Center today. And we are with the also fabulous Melanie Albert. And she is from Love Beautiful Food, which you can tell. I feel like we don't
Exactly.
even have to
Look
say
at all these
it.
colors. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but tell us about what is it that you do exactly?
Oh my gosh, I love that question, and it's so appropriate. Love beautiful food.
Yeah.
How can you not love beautiful food? But no, seriously, I love beautiful food, and that's how I came up with that brand. But the beautiful food goes from the farm and the farmers and the farmers market to the table,
Yes.
to the kitchen,
to your stomach,
to all of us. And that's what it's all about. It really
Yeah.
is about loving the beautiful food, appreciating the beautiful food, appreciating the beautiful food that the farmers grow. They spend so much time
Yeah.
growing it for us. I'm all about organic. I'm all about plant-based. And then it's mindfulness in the kitchen and even mindfulness when we're chopping.
Yeah.
And then for me, the big part of it is creating beautiful food, like creating dishes that wow. Like you don't
Okay.
have to be a chef, you don't have to go to culinary school,
Yeah.
you don't have to practice a lot, and you can create a beautiful dish.
Well, I mean, even just how it's laid out now, it's beautiful. But I'm also one of those people that whenever I go to a farmer's market, I'm like, the food is so beautiful. I just want to take a picture of all the radishes.
But I mean,
yeah.
but look, I mean, you've got the watermelon radish. I mean, just that color is so vibrant and beautiful.
And a lot of people don't know that carrots come in different colors, which I think is really fun.
And you know what's really funny that you mentioned that is that I have been shopping at farmers markets for about 20 years. And one time I bought a carrot and I showed it to one of my farmer friends. I said, look at this beautiful carrot. She goes, that's not my seed. So there are lots of different colored, beautiful carrots, and different farmers buy different seeds and grow
Yeah.
different carrots. But who would have known that
Yeah.
if you're not around the
Right.
farms and the farmers all the time?
Well, we have, I forget what it's called, but it's basically just a giant catalog of seeds that you can order.
That's
Yeah.
where I get my seeds from.
And that's how
And
I
that's where-
first started learning about all these different varieties. Like we
It's like that
ordered,
thick.
one of my favorite things to grow is the white eggplant. I don't know if
Oh,
you've ever
yeah.
grown that. It's delicious.
I
though,
haven't,
when you
but it
cook
looks
with
beautiful.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of a different flavor, and it's so yummy to cook with. But yeah, that was like my education of, oh, a carrot isn't always orange.
I know. And like you said, the radishes. Radishes aren't always red. We have the watermelon radish, and when you slice
Yeah.
into it, it is beautiful. And I will tell you, it's a lot about the senses. And the old saying is that we eat with our eyes first.
Right.
Like, look at the food. We get excited.
Yes.
Think about your favorite restaurant that you go to and you get a beautiful dish.
Yeah.
Right.
Your eyes, your senses. I mean, it's just such an incredible experience.
So I see that you've got some bowls here for us, and you have a plan for
I
us
have
to
a
play.
plan.
Okay.
Oh, see, I was going to say
Play.
there's also silverware, so it's not just a bowl, but there's also
Marshall's like, I just thought we were going to eat.
there's just silverware, exactly. So
Okay.
Well, what I believe is that we can create beautiful food without a lot of hard techniques.
Okay.
And that everybody can do it. So what I'm
Oh, I don't know. Challenge accepted. No, I mean,
Well, what I'm thinking is that I will do one, and
Okay.
you guys maybe do one together.
okay. All right. Let's do it.
Yeah.
all right.
Marshall, here's our bowl.
So we have some hummus.
Here, I'm going to move this up, and we'll put this right here.
So we're going to put some hummus in the bowl.
Okay.
We'll each do that. Yeah,
Okay.
you can grab your spoon and do it along with me. So the hummus kind of gives it a base to put our beautiful
A little
veggies.
tapenade on there as
Oh, she's doing
well.
3.
So
Okay,
Three.
hold on.
So there's always this thing in culinary about the power of 3, but you can do 2. 2 or 3, it'll work.
I'm gonna do 3.
The power of 3.
well,
our
because I mean,
eyes kind of
nature's always
move.
odd. I mean, you like count the leaves of flowers and
It's
things. It's
true.
always an odd number.
It is.
So it's never an even number.
Well, there you go.
So-
we learn something new every day.
They're all different sizes, but there
That's
you
okay.
go. Okay.
So now what we do is we mindfully, like we have the beautiful food. So now mindfully, we're just going to take some of the veggies and place them into the hummus.
Okay. Okay.
So,
Go for it, Marshall.
yeah. Maybe we'll do it that way so the camera can see it a little bit better. And we can take some carrots.
Oh, look at you being an innovator.
Oh my goodness.
Hold on.
Oh my, I want to see what y'all are doing. So it was really interesting this weekend when I was shopping at the
right.
farmer's market. I realized that there was a lot of purple. And go for it. Go for
Yeah?
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go for it. And the other thing that I like to do, you don't have to do this, but see how I've lined up my 3 carrots, and now I've lined up my 3 radishes, and now we also have our yoga beets.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're looking for a little beauty here, symmetry or not. You know, I think you just mentioned play.
Yes,
I mean, that was your word for the year.
That was my word,
That's your
yeah.
word for the year. I think I'm going to steal it if you don't mind.
Please.
Okay, yeah, because I'm all about play and having fun with food and not being afraid of food and just making it your own. Everybody has creativity, and you don't have to be, like I said, a culinary chef or worked in restaurants forever and ever to create beautiful food. I think people get scared and they think, oh, I can't create that. And I'm not even watching what you're doing, but I'm sure it's beautiful.
We don't know.
It's always beautiful. When you start with beautiful food, you end up with
Indeed,
beautiful
that's the
food.
only option.
There you go.
Oh, hers is so pretty.
So once you have your veggies and your hummus,
Okay.
then we can take some edible flowers and herbs.
Oh, wow.
So we have some fresh herbs. We have basil.
Yum.
I'll let you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we have flowers that you
And
can
we have
eat.
edible flowers.
Yes.
These are violas down here that are one of my favorite. They're sweet. And one thing about garnish, I call it food art, like making the food pretty, is that all the quote garnish food art has to be edible.
I completely agree with you. If there's something on the plate that's not edible, why is it there?
That's right. That's right. That's right. And the other thing is that if you think about restaurants, and this is something that people can do at home, just buy some herbs or buy some edible flowers.
Right.
And it will totally elevate your dish, very simply. You can use little pieces of herbs or big pieces of herbs.
Oh, she got like a whole plant. I like that.
Well, I bought it. No, seriously, do whatever you want because it's always going to be beautiful. Again, I just love that starting with beautiful food and then creating a beautiful dish. And now we need some edible flowers. Oh, you already got some.
I went for them already.
Yay. But I think
But
the
I do
other
like
thing
this
that is
plant
really, really, really beautiful is, and you mentioned it before, Marshall, is like the variety of colors and just, it's beautiful to start with. And then
Right.
when you start creating it, it's even more beautiful. This one's a little wilted, so I'm not going to use that one.
And this one's lonely.
And that one's lonely.
So
right.
I heard a rumor that you do events, that you host events and have ways that people can engage with you. Can you share a little bit
Oh my gosh,
about that?
I would love to. So I host online virtual events where we do experiential things just like this, where it's hands-on, interactive, teaching people
well-placed.
about food, culinary, and food art with the ultimate goal of hosting your own beautiful event.
Oh, fun.
Because we really love to do this with other people.
Yeah.
Like I love doing it. For me, it's part of the mindfulness. It's part of my self-care. It really is. Like I
Yeah.
slow down, I get grounded. But sharing and teaching others and letting them teach others, that's my ultimate goal. So virtual online events coming soon,
fun.
very,
Okay.
very, I
Okay.
say very, very soon. And then retreats. And I've hosted years ago retreats in Sedona. I love Sedona. I know
Yeah.
the farmers here in the Phoenix area, so I'll be getting a lot of the food from the Phoenix farmers
Oh,
and
nice.
hosting retreats in Sedona. So lovebeautifulfood.com.
Okay.
Oh, well, there you go.
lovebeautifulfood.com. That's easy.
Lovebeautifulfood.com.
Yeah. And then is this your book?
This is my book. This book, A New View of Healthy Eating, I have to look. This is from 2016.
Okay.
So it's about the food and the culinary, but since then I've learned more about the beauty of food. So my next book is going to be about Love Beautiful Food, including the food, including the culinary, including intuitive cooking, but also how to make it beautiful really easy.
Wonderful.
So if you want some cashews, we didn't mention the cashews, but if here I am trying to like,
Marshall's not a maximalist at all.
No, not
and
at all.
I've got a little bit of messiness on my plate, so I'm actually going to cover it up with that.
Well,
No.
this was really
See, I'm just
fun.
celebrate the messiness.
Yeah,
There
I
you
I think
go.
I'm going to put some cashews there
This
instead.
was super fun.
Exactly.
I'm curious about this, though.
Oh my gosh! Take
What
a
is-
look.
what
Look
is
how
this?
pretty! I've got like seriously.
That's very pretty.
Like
That's
yours
very, very
too.
pretty.
Indeed. I mean, they're both so beautiful.
So this is a card deck that I created, and it's basically from, again, the food to the culinary to the food art. And yeah, pick a card. Let's see what it is.
Mindfulness.
Ooh! Oh,
That's gorgeous. So
Wow.
he pulled this and it says mindfulness, your space and place. Create your space and place to mindfully cook and create your beautiful food. Special place, special view, time for you.
Aw.
That's lovely.
Indeed.
Oh my gosh, that's
that.
such a beautiful one. So what I've
Yeah.
done in this card deck is I have inspirational messages on one side and then beautiful photos that I've taken of food
Very
on
cool.
the other side.
This is
very
on your
cool.
website.
This is on my
too?
website.
Okay.
Lovebeautifulfood.com.
Lovebeautifulfood.com. Okay, so if you want to participate in classes and events, if you would like this really cool card deck, this is a really neat idea. So clever, yeah. And oh yeah, check it out.
We
Our
must.
works of art.
Indeed.
Works of art. So
Edible
beautiful.
art.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And then she's got her book here. It sounds like you're writing another one.
I'm writing another one. I
So-
just, first time I've shouted out, we're coming into the new year. So
That's
All
fantastic.
right.
Get it
Very
done.
good. That's right.
Good. Claim it for 2025. Well, thank you so much. This has been a blast.
Thank you.
So enjoyed it.
Yeah.
We will be right back after this break with our Things to Do segment and some history for you. Keep it right here. We'll probably be snacking, so just deal with our munching as we finish out the show today.
Our beautiful munching.
Thank you so much.
thank you so much. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
And welcome back to the morning show. I am so excited because, oh my gosh, I'm Marshall Shore.
And I'm Melissa Farley.
And so we just keep celebrating. I mean, we had
do.
Christmas and then we just got to eat some really beautiful food.
Yes, and make really beautiful
Yeah.
food. I can honestly say I've never done that before.
No, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, the culinary art of it was really, really cool.
Right.
And it does smell good in here now that
Oh,
we
it smells
touched the
really
the
good.
herbs and all of
Right.
that. Yeah. So, yeah, super fun. Speaking though of super fun,
Yeah, what are some things we could be doing?
yeah, it's Friday, you know, you want to get out and experience life a little bit. And I am going to take you to Ahwatukee. People don't go to Ahwatukee very often, but there is a Friday farm and pie market. I'm not lying. Anytime you say pie, I'm
had me
there.
at pie.
I know, I'm there. So this is the best of the local organic harvest every week, brought straight to Ahwatukee. So there's award-winning pies, tons of variety of local honeys, seasonal veggies and fruit, natural preserves, pickles. They are in front of Century 21 off of Chandler Boulevard. And they'll be there from 3 to 6 p.m. It is totally free to attend. Obviously, you have to buy the pie or the food.
Right. But you could make some beautiful food out of that.
Well, I was just going to say, given what we
Right,
just
exactly.
did, that seems like the perfect thing to
To
go
just
check
slice
out.
up some of those beautiful carrots and
Yes.
some of those watermelon radishes and just
Yeah.
create an amazing edible art display.
And this sounds like a great my husband loves honey when it's infused with cinnamon, and I'm having a hard time finding it lately. So I'm wondering if they might have some cinnamon infused honey. So I'll go check that out.
Ah.
We also have, if you're in the mood for some dancing, which Marshall probably will not be joining in on this one, it's the West Coast Swing Thursdays in Scottsdale.
Oh, I like how you call me out, but you said nothing about like, oh, I'm going to go to that.
Well, I mean, I'm a tap dancer. I don't do this salsa, tango stuff. No, I wish I did. I
That-
need to take classes with I forgot her real name already. I just know her by her
Right,
stage
with
name.
Pyra or Christy.
Yeah, with Christy. But you can join in. It's a really fun night. They're very open. You don't have to have experience. They've been coming and doing this for over a decade. So they're kind of opening this up for West Coast swing style. It's $5 for the whole night to just swing dance
Fun.
and get a lesson. They've got a full bar available. It is 21 and older, and it's from 8 to 11 p.m., so past my bedtime. But for those of you who are into the swing thing, go for it.
And you can even wear vintage clothes so you fit into more of the time period of
Totally.
swing. So I've got friends that do this, so I know.
Yeah,
With
yeah.
the saddle shoes and everything.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah, they're super dedicated to
Right.
this. Yeah. We've also got a Hanukkah car parade in Paradise Valley. It's also the menorah lighting that's happening at Town Hall. So they're going to be driving around the streets of Paradise Valley, accompanied by a police escort. And it's all just to spread the joy of Hanukkah. It's all ages, no charge, and it all kicks off at 6 p.m. So we
What
really
fun.
Yeah.
See, we just keep the celebration going.
I know we do. It's okay. You ready for our next thing to celebrate? We're back at our favorite place, the Arizona Science Center.
Oh, already?
Yeah, they're doing Snow Week. Have you gone for their Snow Week?
No, but I was just up at some movie theater in the Desert Ridge.
You can't see his face. He's thinking
Well, I'm
really
trying
hard.
because it's like, and so walking out, there was this machine spitting snow out at us.
Yeah, Desert Ridge does do that, does do the snow. But they actually have like so much snow that you can like, not ski, but you can like slide. You can slide downhill. But it actually is pretty cool because, you know, being in the city, unless you go up to Flagstaff or,
Right.
you know,
You're
somewhere
not
in
gonna
northern
get to do that
Arizona.
much
Yeah, you
snow
don't get to
stuff.
experience snow. So it's a fun tradition that they started doing. It's from 10:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., so it does end kind of early in the day. And
Well, because you want to be done before the snow melts when it gets hot.
yes, you do. Also, tickets range from about $17 to $27. I don't know what the price difference is, if that's like a kids and adults price, or maybe depending on what activities you want to do.
Will they have snow cones?
I sure hope so. Wouldn't that be a missed
yeah,
opportunity?
that
if
would be
they
a
didn't
very
have snow
missed
cones?
opportunity.
I agree. So yeah, from snow to car parades to a pie market, there's lots of fun options for you to continue the good times.
Very cool.
Speaking of good times, I know we've talked a little bit already about the New Year. One of the traditions that Pat and I do every year is every day on New Year's Day, we go for a hike. And it's a great way we get outside. You know, we're out in nature, we're moving our bodies, and we try to pick somewhere different every year to go kind of explore. So I'm looking forward to that. If y'all have suggestions of great hikes to try, keep in mind, I'm not an avid hiker, so if like there's steep inclines and like rock climbing as part of it, don't shoot me those suggestions. But if you know of a lovely hike, let us know. Shoot us a DM on Instagram at On the Morning Show. But yeah, I'm looking
And so
forward
I've
to
got
that.
us ready to go along with it, kind of a cautionary tale.
Uh-oh.
So basically,
Okay.
on this date back in 1955, there was a Marana pharmacist, and
Yep.
he was a kind of an amateur hiker.
Okay.
Went out with his wife and cousin, and so they're out hiking. It's like his wife, cousin, they go back to hang out at the car because they're tired.
Sure.
And so he's like going, oh, I've achieved this. Let's do a little bit more. Do a little bit more. And, you know, he forgot to take a blanket, some matches, some water, some food.
No, dear.
And so it gets dark. He's still out there. And so eventually there is a search party out there looking for him. A photographer with the Arizona Daily News is out there, finds him, and they wind up having to set a fire to send smoke signals up, as well as fire a gun. And so they're able to come and collect him, and he was wearing just a t-shirt and some really light pants.
Oh, dear.
So let that be a note to you all. If you're going to go hiking, dress appropriately and take a backpack with some supplies.
Yes.
Even if you think, oh, I'm going to be good, I'm only going to be out there for a little bit, you never know what could happen.
That is especially in Arizona, you never know. And my husband, I like saddle him up like a pack mule. Like, we've got so much water and granola bars. Like, you would think we're going for a 4-day excursion.
You
but
never know.
Yeah, no, it's true.
So.
Well, definitely be careful, friends, if you are out there hiking. But do get outside and enjoy this beautiful weather. It's such a unique thing that Arizona has, that we can do stuff like that in the winter. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoyed the show. We will be back here on Monday morning, bright and early, to wake up with you and honestly hang out with you all day, since we're on demand.
I know, with
so
more fun, more
you
good
just
stuff.
play us over and over and over again. It's, you know, that's fine.
Right.
But we hope you have a great weekend, and thank you so much for celebrating with us this week.
And we'll see you next week. Thank you so much.